Welcome to Chaotically Nerdy. It's a podcast created by nerds for nerds. Chaotically Nerdy is an adult podcast created for adults and for children with bad parents. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the third episode. This episode is where we're going to talk about Phase 3. It's
Of the MCU.
Of the MCU, yeah. I feel like that's a given. Everybody, if you say Phase 3...
What other thing has multiple phases?
DC?
No. They never got out of the gate.
The moon.
That's what I say, besides the moon.
All right, so I'm going to toss it over to Jarrett. He's going to tell us which... he's just going to mention what they are and what year
Movies
they
in
came out.
order. We got a lot of them.
God damn, there's a lot.
Yeah. Starting out first, Captain America, Civil War, came out in 2016. Same year, Doctor Strange also came out in 2016. Then you had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, came out in 2017. Spider-Man Homecoming also came out in 2017, as well as Thor Ragnarok. Black Panther came out in 2018, followed up by Avengers Infinity War in 2018, and Ant-Man and the Wasp in 2018. Captain Marvel came out in 2019, and Avengers Endgame came out in 2019, and also Spider-Man Far From Home also came in 2019.
Interesting. So I'm going to start us off with our rankings.
Go ahead.
This is probably going to be the most controversial phase for us. So, for one, I have Avengers Endgame.
Oh, you're going that way, like a loser.
You're going
Oh,
down?
fuck. God,
You.
Yeah, you
listen,
wanna go up?
that's the order that I wrote them
We
down
literally
in.
talked about this in episode 1.
I know. All right, I'm
And you made fun of me for it.
Listen,
Asshat.
sure.
Can't
This is the way I wrote them down. I don't even remember the back order, so I'm going to have to hunt and find them. So, bottom of the list, Captain Marvel. Did not care for it whatsoever. 10, Spider-Man Far From Home. We'll talk about that later. 9, I've got Spider-Man Homecoming. 8, I have Doctor Strange. 7, where's 7? Guardians of the Galaxy. 6, Black Panther. 5 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. 4 is Civil War. 3 is Infinity War. 2 is Ragnarok. And 1 is Endgame. You guys can bash me now.
Let's get through all of them.
Yeah. All right. And we can go to whoever wants to go next. I don't care.
I'll go. Yeah. I got 11 is Doctor Strange. 10 is Captain Marvel. 9 is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. 8, Black Panther. 7 is Ant-Man and Wasp. 6 is Captain America Civil War. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Far From Home. Avengers Endgame. Avengers Infinity War. And then Thor Ragnarok is my number 1 pick.
Mine goes Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians 2, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man Homecoming, Ragnarok, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame.
Okay.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you have Spider-Man so low?
Unlike
Okay.
Tyler.
So, which one do you want to know? Because I have both Spider-Mans pretty low.
Yeah, collectively. Why?
Far From Home.
Yep.
I felt like he was a whiny little bitch. Tony's dead. Oh no, God, no. It bothered me. Spider-Man as a character, very good. Love him. Love Tom Holland as Spider-Man. It's a good movie. I like the other ones more when I watched them.
Comparatively, it felt a little boring.
I have some opinions on it. How it
I'm
could
sure
be
you
made-
do.
Homecoming.
How it could be made better.
Homecoming just didn't sit with me. Like, again, I feel the villain was good. They still have him. They can still use him. I didn't feel a lot of attachment feels like the wrong word, but didn't feel a lot of attachment to the characters throughout that movie. Doctor Strange, I put right above the Spider-Man and this is God's honest truth. I've watched What If, and so much of that Doctor Strange in What If, it changed my whole perspective on him.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up enjoying going back and watching Doctor Strange.
I rated Doctor Strange as the bottom, and that's not because I don't like Doctor Strange. I love the character, the movie.
To me, there's
I can
like
see that.
the 3 origin stories in this are just kind of me. The actual, like, I don't count Homecoming as an origin story because we get it.
Yeah, because it's not an origin story, which is great, by the way. We don't need another fucking Spider-Man origin story.
No.
And that's not to say Black Panther doesn't count as an origin story because we've never had Black Panther in a movie before. So
I don't need another explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all know how he got his powers. We don't need it. But Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and Captain Marvel, they're good movies. They're just, compared to the rest of this phase, they don't stack up to me.
Yeah, I get that.
They lack that.
I will say I should probably have put Doctor Strange lower because I have him at 8, and then the only ones below him are the 2 Spider-Men and Captain Marvel. And the only reason I would even say that is we go back to the villains. We talk about the villains. Dormammu's I feel like the overall arcing villain.
Yeah, but it's actually Caecilius.
Yeah, it's Caecilius.
Yeah, it's Caecilius, but
And another waste of a great actor.
And I love Mads Mikkelsen.
And
Yeah.
another great villain that's dead.
Yeah.
you put Thor Ragnarok as your favorite.
I knew that.
did.
I knew we would too.
If I've learned anything, Ethan likes the comedies more than he likes the actions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
It's up there for me. I mean, it's my second.
Here's the reason. Endgame is my number 1. I cried in the theater.
Endgame can't be my number 1 because they used Captain Marvel as this ultimate Deus Ex MacGuffin.
It's fine. I'm just saying from an emotional perspective, I cried in the theater for 15 minutes, Ethan. It has to be my
It
number
was
1.
so good. It was a great
He's
movie.
a witness. It happened.
Yeah, I was
the
there
only,
for it.
That was the only reason it didn't make it to the top,
Look,
and it dropped it down to 3rd.
Look.
Yeah.
in my opinion, Infinity War is a better movie, but Endgame's my favorite.
I'm just saying, okay, we should premise any of this by saying that there were no bad movies in this phase.
Yeah,
This is the best phase, and it will probably stay the best phase
agreed.
for a long time. At least till
We'll see.
Well, I
But,
can already
mean,
tell you.
agree,
No.
but we'll
I will
see.
already say Phase 4 will not be better.
It can't.
There's been 2 shitty movies come out of Phase 4.
There's been a mid movie and a really mid movie. Black Widow, Eternals.
Okay.
Both of them are.
Yeah. Eternals was shitty. I don't like it. Wasn't.
I didn't care for Eternals.
Yeah. We can talk about that later. We need to
Yeah.
stay on track.
There'll be a lot to go through.
So Endgame was my 1 because it's overarching such a good story. You get the comeback story, which is something we hadn't seen in Avengers. I mean, I almost want to tie Infinity War and Endgame together because
they are one movie split into 2.
yes, and so it's hard to. I do have them split up. I have Ragnarok in between, but
Look, Ragnarok's really good. That top 4 for me of Thor, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. It's untouchable.
yes, agreed.
They are some of the best movies in
I agree
all
with that.
of the MCU.
I wish that Fox didn't own X-Men so that we
Well,
could.
they don't anymore.
Well, I wish that they didn't at the time, so
yeah.
we could have had such a larger Civil War.
I felt like, and I know that most of the movie Civil War is about the disagreement between and the fight between
Tony
Iron Man and Cap.
Yeah, it's literally a should the government be able to tell us what to do?
But it really boils down to Bucky killed Tony's mom.
It,
yeah.
it does. That's how it starts.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, that's the climax of the movie. That's why
And
they
that's the
fight
quote.
again.
That's the quote.
That's my quote.
Yeah,
I don't care. He
Yeah.
killed my mom.
yeah.
But like there's a villain. There's a villain in that movie.
Yeah, and he's really. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't put him down. Oh my. Daniel Bruhl is like so fucking good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yep.
He's good.
Top notch.
He's good. And I like him in the movie. But like compared to the rest of this phase, he's like just another scoop of vanilla ice cream.
In the aspect of villains,
He's one of only 2 villains that beats their opponent.
Well,
He
yeah,
beats
no,
the
I
Avengers.
understand.
He splits them up.
Yeah.
that's
Him and Thanos. They're the 2.
yeah.
They're the 2.
I understand. I still feel like it was
But as far as villains go,
little
his was mental, and I think that's why. Because you think of supervillain, you think of big, strong. I'm gonna beat the fuck
Right.
out of you.
Zemo.
Yeah. But his is all very mental.
and it was like all in the background too, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see.
It was really interesting.
Yeah, so there's not a lot to change about that movie.
But like
Not a lot to change about Civil War.
No.
So we're not changing much on that.
I mean, I
oh,
can't.
is that where we're starting?
That's the number, that's
I mean,
the first one.
we've
We
ranked
didn't
them.
look at
We've
the
kind of
time.
discussed them. We might as well.
All right. Yeah.
I feel like you all have shit on me for putting Spider-Man as low as I
I
have.
just
So
asked.
I didn't shit on you.
Yeah.
I'm
You
okay
should.
with it. I'm okay with it.
you should, because they.
Well, I mean, like,
It's just that I feel like this phase is so good that it's hard to
That's why.
realistically
Yeah.
pick.
Like that middle part, it can all just change depending on what day I see the movie.
And it's funny because I feel like even going into the newest Spider-Man, which I can't remember, is it
No Way Home.
No Way Home? They're all home, so I can't remember the shit.
That's the point.
I know. I feel like Tom Holland Spider-Man plays a very good Spider-Man. He's very good at it. I just don't see it's something about him. I don't see him as a main character in the movies. I guess maybe it's because of the way he was introduced in Civil War. It's just I see him and I don't think he should be running the show for the movies. Does that make sense?
Not really, but okay. Because I completely disagree. I think he's great as a main character.
I mean, I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but Tom Holland
Is
Spider-Man in real life, I believe.
Yeah.
He can shoot webs out of it. I've seen it.
I've seen
It
it
was
happen.
on TikTok.
It was on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So, all right, changes. Are you changing anything to Civil War?
I would just like to see a little bit more. I would have just liked to have seen a little bit more like sadisticness out of the villain.
Out of Zemo.
Yeah, out of Zemo. I think that's another theme for me, right? I want to see more out of the villain.
Yeah.
I want to see it to be, it's just not. It's great.
He does
It's
so much-
not- I wish it was more,
Yeah, he does so much in the background that you almost think that he's
especially when he's doing such a good job.
yeah, you know he's the villain, but at the same time you're kind of like, what's he doing here?
Right.
Doctor Strange. What are we changing? I'll start. Which I've kind of already said this. I know Mads Mikkelsen's character is the villain, but Dormammu, I wanted to see more with that besides just Doctor Strange using the time stone over and over and over again, which was hilarious.
It's a good joke,
It was a good job.
but it's a joke.
Yeah.
My thing I'd change, I'd make Doctor Strange more likable. He's not likable in that film to me.
He's not meant to be.
I know, but he's like compared to everything else, like
It's called character growth.
but we don't get to see any of that. He goes from one movie, he's not likable, to the next time we see him, he's likable.
But that's the thing. There's a time skip in between there
I know.
where he's
Look, it's my same problem I'm going to have with Endgame. We don't get to see some character development that we deserved to see.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I agree. We deserve to see it. We see a little bit of it in Doctor Strange, but not enough.
It's also, I mean, like, in
Let me rephrase it. I want to see more character growth from him in this movie.
Gotcha.
I want him to be likable by the end.
Yeah.
I like the training montage part of it in the middle. I like that. I like
I like the arrogance.
the
of him.
arrogance. I like that because he's supposed to be a different character. He's not just the same personality type coming in and being a superhero. I get that.
Yeah.
But
He had a god complex.
at the same time, I like Doctor Strange. I like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. The movie itself was just meh. The acting was good.
What's her name?
Galadriel.
No, that's not even Galadriel. That's Tilda Swinton.
Oh, that's
That's not.
you're right. You're right. I'm an idiot.
No, his love interest.
Isn't that
Mean Girls. I can't think of her name.
Rose? That's not her name, is it?
She's in the Notebook in Mean Girls. I can't. It's like
Strange.
Rachel or something.
Yes, Rachel McAdams.
That's
I knew it started with an R. I got that far.
She's just kind of.
I wanted to say Rose McGowan for some reason, but I knew that wasn't right.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Very
why?
different people.
I know. Trust me. I started to say it because I knew
I mean,
there
at
was
least
an
Tilda
R.
Swinton is at least a little bit similar to Galadriel. I mean,
Yes, they're very ethereal.
yeah, they're skinny white people. I mean,
It's most of Hollywood.
It's true.
yeah, but Rose McGowan is
I
nothing.
I know. My brain in the ADHD-ness of it was like, it starts with an R. You name a fucking R person, any of them. It doesn't matter. At this point, you ought to be happy I didn't say Ryan Reynolds.
Wow.
That's fair. Anyway, she's just kind of bland in the movie.
Agreed.
I'm like,
I don't know. Ryan Reynolds sounds pretty fun in that role.
Listen, I would cast Ryan Reynolds in every fucking role. I don't care. Let's just remake all of Marvel with Ryan Reynolds playing every single
Just take
person.
Avengers 1 and remake it with him.
wasn't that like some of the promotional stuff? Or at least not Marvel movies, but didn't they do like a Titanic remake? Didn't they like? Am I making
For Deadpool?
Yeah, am I making
Yeah,
that? Okay.
no. There's I want to say there's clips somewhere of Ryan Reynolds like on the front of a boat
Yeah,
Right.
being held by somebody.
I can't remember who, but I feel like
Is it by Ryan Reynolds?
It's Ryan Reynolds dressed up as Deadpool holding,
Ryan Reynolds.
or Ryan Reynolds holding Ryan Reynolds dressed up as Deadpool. So changes to Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2. I mean, we all ranked it very differently.
Yeah,
Mine
I'm
was-
like it's in the middle for me, but it's funny.
Yeah, mine's kind of lower middle, but still middle.
9. It's like
Mine's-
third from last.
Mine's 7.
Mine's what is it? Is it 7 or 8? One of the two. They're all relatively close. It's just I like it better than Guardians 1. It has more comedy, and I think the comedy hits better.
I agree with that. It is funnier. Kurt Russell is the problem for me. Ego's character, not necessarily
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
It's the whole plot of Ego is just like whatever.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
get it. I mean, he's trying to essentially take over the world was his assumed plan. And now that he found out he had a son, he was like, hey, more power. Why not? And then he reveals that he was evil. But you can...
You see it coming a mile away.
You
Oh,
see
yeah.
it coming a mile away. And the thing is, someone that has been around that long, you think would be smart enough not to fucking say that. You know, like you're trying to manipulate your child into doing your bidding for you. Why would you say the one thing that would probably piss off a human, half human?
He's also spent a lot of time relatively alone.
Yeah,
And that would be
Mantis.
that would turn someone that's somebody very insular.
Yeah,
I think you can explain it away,
you can explain it away,
but
but I feel like his time on Earth should have taught him enough about humans.
yeah, but why did he spend the time on Earth? He was already just an egomaniac. That's why his name is Ego.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Change anything?
Yeah.
Well,
okay. Oh yeah, you don't like Vulture, so
I didn't like Vulture. I mean, I like Michael Keaton just
Yeah.
fine. And I think he did a good job acting it. And
I'm going to make a last minute switch here. I'm going to switch Homecoming and Far From Home. Far From Home's above. I didn't like Vulture as much as I like Mysterio. Thinking about the villains, it made me change. I like Mysterio better.
that's where it came down for me for ranking them. Vulture didn't seem that dangerous. Which, I mean, I guess I didn't say that in the last one, but it's the same problem. I didn't feel any sense of danger. I mean, sure Michael Keaton threatens Tom Holland in the movie. Sure, that's like the typical like overprotective dad thing. I get it, but
But you never thought he was actually going to
no,
kill him.
no.
I think that's important though. Michael Keaton's not an entirely bad guy. He just
No,
has
that's true.
bad reason. He has
Well,
good
that's why-
reasons for doing bad things.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's an important part of his character.
I just don't feel like there's enough sense of danger in it. And I guess it wasn't supposed to. It's just supposed to be a story about
Yeah, it's very grounded and like
It's really just
About a
a story
teenager,
a development of
friendly
Spider-Man.
neighborhood Spider-Man.
It was the development of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that. But it's also like his but I think the movie was less about Vulture and it was more about the relationship between Tony Stark and
Peter.
Parker.
Yeah.
It was about that kind of a little bit of a break, a little bit of a build. Just because Peter Parker wasn't able to be controlled like Tony wanted to.
No.
Yeah. Because he was, at his core, too good of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Spider-Man is a good person.
Yeah.
And that will come up again.
constantly wanted to save people, no matter if Tony said, you don't need to do this right now. Ragnarok. We changed anything? I'm not changing a goddamn thing.
I'm not in the movie, no. In the trailer, yes. Don't show Hulk.
Yeah.
Imagine the reveal if Hulk's in that movie if you don't know he's in it.
When he busts through that wall,
Oh,
yeah.
Also, don't kill the Warriors 3.
I don't I don't think. Even then, I don't think I would change anything about it because they weren't being utilized
exactly.
Anyway.
That's the only reason why I'm okay with him dying.
But Sif's still alive, so we can bring back Sif, but we can't bring back the Warriors 3.
Multiverse. It's
Okay.
madness.
Before.
That's gonna open up so many fucking doors, and
This is all.
They can
do whatever the fuck they want now. Who gives a shit?
exactly whatever the fuck.
It's
they want.
like almost worse than time travel.
Yeah,
It's not almost. It is worse
It definitely is.
because
yeah. At least with time
I say
travel,
worse, but they can be like, "Hey, Robert Downey Jr., here's $100 million. Come back and do another movie,"
Yeah.
which almost devalues his
death.
death. Not even almost. It does.
Yeah. But I mean, it's possible. I don't think they're going to do it because they're not going to spend the money to utilize it. When I think they could have had like a. I think the Warriors 3 could have had their own story. I think they could have had a very successful show.
Yeah, a Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lady Sif and the Warriors 3. I'd watch
Absolutely.
it.
and who knows? Multiverse.
Again, multiverse.
It's
Who
a
knows?
possibility. We may get it started. Someone listens to this podcast and goes, "Hey, that's a good idea." Then we get paid the big bucks. That'll never fucking happen.
They won't pay us anything. They
Exactly.
will not pay. We don't own those characters. They'll be like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll use
Yeah.
that."
They're not going to pay it.
Yeah, they'll be like,
No shit. A guy can be hopeful, can he?
Not that hope. That's delusional.
"Yeah, it's delusional. That's not hope."
Fine, fair enough. Black Panther. What are we changing?
The end fight scene.
Yeah. Okay. This is the thing we haven't touched on yet. But Marvel has this thing where the hero fights another version of himself as the villain,
Yes.
and it just is literally Black Panther versus Black Panther.
And I would say that even started.
Except one's got gold accents.
Hell,
and
that
one's got
started
purple accents.
like Iron Man, right?
Yes, it does. It goes Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2,
Thor.
Thor's
Sort of.
kind of,
Nah.
Captain America, definitely. They're both super soldiers.
Yes.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange,
Yes.
Iron Man 3, Thor Dark World, sure, I guess. I mean,
No.
Not quite.
No.
Not
it's,
quite.
okay, sure. Thor's, no. Winter Soldier, yes. They're both, again, super
Yeah.
soldiers.
Yeah. Again.
Guardians of the Galaxy, nah.
Nah. That's
Avengers, nah. Ant-Man, yes.
Yeah.
Civil War, I mean,
no.
but
Yeah,
kind of.
yes and no, because they're all superheroes. If you want to rank them in that
Literally,
category.
we've had
But
like 10 out of the last however many movies we were up to now.
Yeah.
16 or something like that, 17.
Yep.
They all fight the same.
Now
It's the big problem.
let's talk about that. Is that a thing where Marvel doesn't have good enough side characters for those people?
I don't know if it's a side character thing.
Like I'm talking comic book side characters.
Yeah, it's a
because
problem in the comics, too.
if you look back, Spider-Man has a shit ton of supervillains to fight,
yeah, they're
Well, I mean,
not
like
directly related.
and the
Like,
only
that's
one
a
that
pretty-
is even like similar is Venom.
that's a pretty classic tale, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is
It's
like
like-
somebody
it's a dark
who's facing
mirror.
off like the dark mirror, that
Yeah.
dichotomy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's been overused though.
but I don't even care on
I mean,
that
Dark
aspect of
Link,
it. I
I mean, there's
it's
a bunch.
I'm saying in Marvel.
In Marvel, yeah,
it's overused.
It's been used a lot.
yeah, but I don't even care about it at that point. I care about the CGI in that last fight scene.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
also-
bad.
It's also not aged well.
It was bad for the year that came out. It could have been much better. Anything you're changing, Ethan?
I don't remember which one we're on.
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a few things.
You didn't like Michael B. Jordan as much, did you?
I just thought he's a good actor, and I just don't.
And he
think
did a good job.
I think he did a good job. I just would have liked to have seen more.
Also, another character villain that they killed.
I'd like to have seen more about
Yeah.
his story. Is what I
Yeah.
would like to have seen.
That's
Yeah.
But before he
Yeah.
was
One of my big problems with this movie, the villain is more interesting than the main character.
agreed.
And
That's fair.
I like Chadwick, but I liked
I
Chadwick.
I
Boseman.
think part of that is because they have already established him as Black Panther. So it almost seemed like it was more establishment of Killmonger.
Yeah.
I also I didn't actually find Claw that interesting.
No, it's mostly I just see Andy Serkis and I'm like, I'll watch you, sure.
Yeah.
And then he's dead.
Yep.
Yeah, I just didn't think he was very interesting.
He doesn't-
That's the one I didn't think was interesting. Not
Killmonger.
not
Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go to
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Yeah. I had to write that one in. Sorry.
Not changing anything. It's literally a perfect movie. That's hyperbole.
I mean, I don't I don't have any problems with Infinity War.
I don't. Only thing
Oh,
possibly length,
no. One thing.
but it's good all the way through. So
they
it's
need to play, what is it? What's Thor's theme song in Ragnarok?
Fucking-
Is it Through the Fire and Flames?
No,
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 that's
no.
it,
It's Immigrant
that-
Song.
Yeah. Immigrant Song.
Immigrant Song.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, they need to play that
When he enters,
Yep.
Yeah.
that would be good.
That's the only thing I have. If they play that, it's a perfect movie.
I wouldn't even call it a complaint.
It's not. It's just a note.
And that's one of those that is a very long movie, but it's not. It's pretty.
You don't feel it.
You're busy.
I mean,
There's a lot going on, so it keeps you interested.
how many other times have you seen in like a movie where something is just like, or the character is just so powerful that it's become inevitable? It's, unbreakable, inevitable. Like you can't stop this
Yeah.
guy
In the theater, you get
and
that,
make it interesting.
get that like pit in your stomach because you're like, they're not winning.
They're not going to win.
And-
This is not going to go
And that's
right.
the thing. You're looking at your watch, and you're like, "This is like a 2.5 hour movie." And fuck, I'm 2 hours in. Like,
How are they wrapping this up?
Yeah.
Right. And like but it doesn't feel that way when you were in the movie theater the first time.
exactly.
It felt like it was just chop,
Yeah.
chop,
It does-
chop,
no,
chop,
it's
chop.
the
like,
opposite. You're like,
And
you're
it's-
looking at your watch because you're like, how
Holy
are they
crap,
going to finish
yeah.
this?
Yeah, and a lot of that is because you are bouncing from one area to another.
Yeah.
Like it's okay.
Plus,
we've
it was like the first movie that had like serious danger vibes because like in the first 15 minutes, Loki dies.
And
Yes.
Heimdall and,
And- yep.
apparently half of the Nova Corps and
all the Asgards.
Asgardians.
Right, and it came right after Ragnarok,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Asgard is destroyed.
Yeah.
Yes, and then they just killed all of them.
Look, it's not a place. It's a people. It's true.
So for the most part, we're not changing it,
No, I had one note you can add, and that's it.
and that's play "Immigrant Song"
Yep.
with Thor's entrance, which is that's a good note. Ant-Man and the Wasp changes.
I really liked it. It felt like a really nice Paul Rudd buddy movie.
Yep.
I agree with that.
It was a nice palate cleanser post Infinity War.
Yeah, but it didn't feel like enough had changed from Ant-Man
No,
to be much different.
it's not much.
That's the
different.
only complaint I have about
It's
it.
just more Ant-Man.
And that's not much of a complaint because I loved Ant-Man.
The only thing I want to change, and I know it's not that big of a deal, is I want to change where it comes in the
Order?
order.
Are you
I want it before Infinity War.
Absolutely.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't
Then you
need
can't-
palate cleanser. I want
But
to
then
taste it.
then you don't have your
We don't have the snap
Yep.
reveal, not reveal, but like the post-credit scene where you're like, oh, they also got snapped.
yeah.
That's the only thing you can't have.
But you could do a different reveal that would be confusing. And with that reveal, it's Paul Rudd coming out into the car
Oh,
and
or you
being
could just-
like,
or you
where
could-
the fuck am I? And where's everybody at?
Yeah.
You literally just leave it there and be
You,
like,
yeah,
oh,
you could.
what? And have everybody be confused.
Exactly.
Would
Because
make more sense, but
that's something that they do a lot is try to, because Infinity War, the trailer, we had Hulk,
yeah, that was
never got Hulk.
That was a purposeful misdirect, and
Yeah.
also
but they do that a lot
in
now.
the scene where Cap and Thanos are fighting, they covered up a couple of the stones. I think all of them actually.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot here lately, where it's like, oh, here's a misdirect, here's
I
a
like the
misdirect, and then
misdirection.
Tom Holland ruins it. He has a,
I like the misdirection.
I do too.
It's good.
It's good because then you,
I just don't
When
pay
you-
attention to what Tom Holland says when he's not.
Yeah.
When I'm expecting him to be in a movie. Scene,
Yeah.
So.
because he did that interview
really
for No Way Home.
Oh yeah.
And Zendaya, however you say her
Zendaya.
name, was there, and he was like, "Yeah, there's a scene where you're falling, and it's really cool, and I wish I was there." And then the look on his face
Okay.
just changes. Like
It
he's
was
like,
the most open secret that they were going to be in it.
"Absolutely,
Everybody already knew.
Yeah.
yeah, we knew."
I was proud of them for holding it off in the trailers.
Yeah.
Because like
Because they could have put it and just been like, "Oh my God, they're gonna be there," and to try to drum up more, but they didn't care. They
didn't
were
have
like,
to.
"Nope, hide it."
anyway.
Captain Marvel, what are we changing?
Less Earth, more Kree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
I
but
feel
then-
like this is probably
But then we get less Sam Jackson.
send him with him. Fuck
Maybe
it.
we guess we
Yeah,
could
send them to the Kree.
send him to space. All right.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's
He's
just
supposed to go to space anyway in the comic books.
yeah. I mean he does.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It's nothing.
I don't know. I have the same problem with Captain Marvel as I do with Superman.
Too powerful fail.
It's too powerful to fail. She is, just like Superman, she is the definition of Deus Ex Machina.
Yep.
And to be your main character, come on, it's not good.
But I think they did an all right job of like toning down her power until the end.
Until the end, I mean,
So,
that's
like-
it becomes an even bigger problem in Endgame.
It does
Yeah.
to the point.
But then he also
It'll
just
be a
takes a power,
problem post end game probably.
he takes a power stone and just knocks the fuck out of her. I love that part personally.
It's a great scene.
But I didn't have the same problem a lot of other people did. A lot of other people thought it was going to be some, or they thought it was after they saw it, some big feminist movie.
No, that was.
And I didn't get that at all. I
that
thought
had
it
nothing
was.
to do
I
with
didn't
the
think-
movie.
yeah.
That was Brie Larson because she made some comments that upset the incels.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was. I thought it was a really, really good movie. And
Yeah,
and
she's fine in this movie. She's not great, but she's fine.
Yeah.
yeah. I think the CGI on Samuel L. Jackson is going to hit Uncanny Valley very soon once you go back and watch it.
It probably will.
But I think they did a good job. I don't with that changing him to be younger.
Yeah, the
I thought it was
de-aging.
good. Yeah.
In-game changes. Any?
I think I just mentioned mine.
Yeah, there is the whole Captain Marvel. They have to literally keep her out of the movie for
95% of it.
95% of it to make it doable.
Yeah.
And then she comes in and they win after, like, directly because of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Direct. I mean,
Because she
there's
destroys ships.
Yeah, she's just like flying through them, like headbutting them, and it's boring at that point. Everything else up to that point, fantastic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change a thing.
So would you have liked her to like blow up the ship, come down, and then Thanos still beat the shit out of her?
Yes.
Yeah,
I wanted to see her
fine.
fail.
I want to see her a hardcore fail. I want to see her get knocked out,
Yeah.
not killed, knocked out.
Yeah.
Just because it brings Thanos up again when he's getting.
And then
My
it
big
gives
problem-
you another hill that you have to climb.
Yeah,
My problem with this movie, this Thanos is worse than the other Thanos.
Agreed.
He's not as good a villain.
that's fair.
Because he shows up and is like,
It's not our Thanos.
yeah, it's not our Thanos. It's a Thanos that is coming in more confident, even because he's like, I've already won.
Yeah, he gets his.
He just assume he wins because he's won in a different timeline.
Well, the only reason Thanos won in the first place is because Peter Quill messed with him as they were getting the gauntlet off of him.
Yep.
That was the only thing that made him win in the first place.
Yep.
So he wasn't even just insanely powerful until he had all the stones.
It took an insane amount of coordination between multiple superheroes to do it.
Exactly. And just because he messed him up, he wouldn't have won. So I don't think like the level of the level of power that he presented wasn't any more in Infinity War than Endgame.
I think there's definitely like a level of like
I think it is, but I think it's all because of the confidence he has.
Yeah.
He has the confidence that he's going to win no matter what. And he thinks at this point, it doesn't matter that he's in a different timeline and there's people fighting to bring back people. He just thinks that it's already done and deal. He probably thinks in his mind that this is part of the process to get where he needs to go.
But outside of that Captain Marvel thing, I can't
name
can't
anything
fault that movie at all.
No.
That last battle scene is nothing short of orgasmic.
Yes. It's
by the way, that's where I cried. I cried the last entire 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It is
I know.
so sad.
I was there.
For the audience.
So sad.
That's the yeah.
And let's see. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, my big change. You don't know it's Mysterio in the first half.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that made me mad.
That's the
Make him some other superhero, and then in the bar you realize he's Mysterio.
That would make
That
that
fucking
would make it
movie-
better because
that movie
the whole time
goes
you're waiting on the shoe to drop, basically.
Because we all knew he's Mysterio. He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
There's no way he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
I think they did a really good job with
Yeah.
it though, even then, because even though you're expecting it, like
He
expecting him to be the
almost-
bad guy,
He almost makes you think, oh, maybe they're not going to make him the
because
bad guy.
I'm like, even if you don't know the story, because I didn't know the story prior to it for
Yeah.
Mysterio. I knew he was supposed to be a villain, but
Yeah.
I didn't really know. But like,
He's just really charming, and you're almost like,
he does a great job of seeming sketchy but trustworthy at the same
Yeah.
time,
Trustworthy
which
enough.
is really weird, but it's really good.
it's Jake Gyllenhaal, so he's just really fucking good at what he does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
And that
it was not
particular
an easy
role was
to play.
a was a
It
good role for
Not
him.
easy to play. Again, he's dead now, so it's whatever.
I just
This is Or is
Hey,
he?
hey, no
Or is
spoilers,
he?
right?
No, or is he?
Yeah.
He's Mysterio.
It's kind of a whole Mysterio thing.
He can fake his
That's
death.
true.
Yeah. I've been dead 17 times at this point.
That's fair.
Okay. Actors and actresses that outshine their roles in this particular one.
And Outshine. Oh man.
Michael Rooker again.
Yep.
I know
Yeah.
I talked about him before because I loved him whenever he was an asshole. He was a much friendlier person in this particular group or in this phase.
Yeah.
And I just love Michael Rooker. He's such a good actor.
I'll just say it. Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
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 He's so good.
I think Jeremy Renner brings it up a notch.
He does.
Like
Yeah, this
several
is-
notches.
yes.
Like
Between
it's,
Civil War and Endgame, this is his
They add
arc.
they add much more to him instead of just guy who shoots bow.
and
Like, we all theorized that that's how Endgame would start. I didn't actually think they would start it with his fucking family dying.
Yeah.
my number one actor, Phase 3, Jeff Goldblum. I thought he was
he's just
so
fucking,
good.
He's just fucking weird.
It was so
And it,
good.
It fits with the Grandmaster.
It was.
Yeah, he
really-
he makes a really really good grandmaster.
I never looked up the actor's name. But it's the teacher.
Martin Starr.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, he's so hilarious.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Now
Oh, also JB Smoove. But
Yeah.
they really
Yeah.
in Far From Home.
Taika.
Taika
as
Waititi's
Korg.
Korg, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that in Love and Thunder.
Be soft, Ghost.
This is the first one with Tom Holland. This first one with Benedict
Oh,
Cumberbatch. I mean, those
Yeah,
are just
Holland,
obviously
obviously.
going to be just both of those guys.
Yeah,
Just,
I was blown away in Civil War when Holland showed up. I was
Oh.
like, this kid he's good.
and he's like beating the crap out of Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they don't even know he's a kid
No.
at that point.
Yeah.
And then he shows up and he fights fucking Bucky and Falcon,
Yeah.
and they're like, "This is a fucking kid."
Yeah, it's a fucking
It goes,
child.
it goes without saying though, like again, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
I mean, just
Fantastic.
every phase he brings it up again and again, and it's
Agreed.
amazing.
Agreed wholeheartedly. All right.
All
So-
four, all
sad
four
that he's
movies
dead.
he's in this phase, he just kills it. Every
Oh,
single
it's
one.
amazing.
Any that disappointed?
Of them.
I can't think of any.
Jude
Like,
Law
just-
and Captain America. Not Captain America, Captain Marvel.
I was like,
We have too many captains.
They have
Captain
Dumbledore?
Marvel. Yeah, he's such a waste of a character in there. He's
Yeah.
such a good actor. You give him something more.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen.
yeah,
Totally.
he was wasted.
Wasted. Good character. Good actor. Good character.
Yeah, good background
Wasted.
character.
Not
Not
well
even
done.
background character, but good.
Not well
Good
done.
character that
I'll-
kind of
I'll
got
throw
pushed to
one
the
out here
background.
that You guys won't. You probably won't know who it is in the universe. Walter Goggins.
All right, now
He's
tell so tell us who he
He's
is.
the guy Hope meets in the beginning of Ant-Man and the Wasp. He's really,
Okay.
Go watch Justified. He's fucking amazing. He's so good.
Gotcha.
Wasted.
So, why don't we talk about, because we still got a little bit of time.
Yep.
We can actually stretch this one because we want to say
We got to do
between
this a lot quicker.
we got it through. We streamlined it.
Boys, we did it. We banged that bitch out.
Oh God.
That's staying in. So
why I said it.
let's talk about Phase 4 as far as what's out right now.
Yep.
We don't have to rank them. We're just going to talk about them
okay.
and discuss them, and we
Okay.
can just say if we liked it or if we didn't like it.
Okay.
So Black Widow,
I liked it.
I liked it, but it was mid tier.
I like the premise.
I liked
Yeah.
And I like the
specifically
story.
the two characters in it that are really good.
It's another wasted villain.
Florence Pugh as Yelena and
Yeah.
what's his name?
David Harbour.
Harbour. Yeah.
Harbour.
As
Harbour.
Red Guardian.
Yeah.
They fucking carry that movie.
They
hard.
do. They absolutely
Oh
do.
yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna butcher.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi.
Or
I wanted to say Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. I don't know if that's which one's actually correct.
And Legend of the Ten Rings. I really, really, really like this movie.
It's the best kung fu movie I've ever seen.
I liked it a lot.
It's the best kung fu movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, probably. But I feel like it's not. I know
It's like
it is.
It's like a shitty Chinese kung fu movie with a $200 million budget.
Yeah,
that's
but at the
the
same
best
time,
thing
it feels less kung fu movie, feels more
Sure.
mystical movie. with Kung Fu.
It felt kind of weird when I first saw it. I watched it again, and it was really good. It felt kind of weird because it was like, well, I guess because it is, but it felt like a Western adaptation of the like theater that they use over there, and it felt kind of weird at first, but I can get behind it now. I like it a lot.
I didn't know a fight scene could be romantic until that movie.
Fair enough.
And it is.
You've never watched Hero, have you? It's a Jet Li movie. Oh man,
I think I've seen parts of it.
They got really good fight scenes. Story's really good. You should watch it.
So Eternals, liked it? Didn't like it? Where we at?
I thought it was fine. It's fine. I know a lot of people
I
don't
could
like
watch it probably again.
it. It needs some real editing done to it. It needs like 15 to 20 minutes cut
It's
off.
a lot of really good actors.
Yeah, it's a lot of really good actors. I thought it was.
It's really weird.
So here's the thing. I liked it, but it brought up plot holes that bothered me. Because knowing that they take, what's the fucking deviant?
Yeah, the deviants.
Knowing that they are there solely to eradicate deviants, however you want to phrase it. Thanos is
in the comics is a deviant,
yeah.
but in the
He is like half deviant. Either way, it's enough that
it's weird.
they act like they're meant to save people from world-ending threats, and then they've been here this whole time, and they were just like, fuck it.
I think that's the point of the end of the movie is that they're like, we're not just going to fight the demons. We're going to be like superheroes. That's fine. Quick note, that movie does a Superman versus Flash fight
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
way
really
better
does.
than DC's ever done.
Yeah,
And that's amazing.
yeah. Spider-Man No Way Home. Loved it, loved it, loved it.
I loved it.
It's the best Spider-Man movie ever.
Agreed,
It's not even close.
agreed.
I have no complaints about that
Yeah,
movie.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite
People will,
Marvel
yeah,
movies.
people try to point out plot holes with like Doctor Strange and some bullshit, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. That was the best thing I've ever seen.
No,
I didn't even think
There's-
about Doctor Strange 95% of the time.
There's like some plot holes about why he did it. Why I'm like, who gives a shit? We'll find out.
Yeah. And then Multiverse Madness is going to come out this year.
oh man, it's gonna be. I hope it's good. Man, that it's supposed to have like a giant cast.
I'm afraid that's going to be the issue. I'm afraid they're going to cram too much in too short a time.
I'll hold my opinion.
Yeah, until we see it. I
Yeah,
mean,
we can't see it. So
and that'll be something that when it comes out, we'll probably talk
I-
about it.
I knew No Way Home was gonna be good.
Oh, I think everybody did
Yeah.
because
we
everybody
all
knew.
hoped we had some real heavy baggage though.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3.
True.
I mean, and here's the thing: we had what we would say is the best Spider-Man cast. I mean, you got Toby, who is like the original Spider-Man. What?
Kind of sucks.
You don't like Toby?
I knew
I
he
hate
was-
it.
I knew he was gonna.
Hate it.
Can you
I-
not say
I
he's
hate-
good in No Way Home though?
He was really good in No Way
Here's the
Home.
thing. I hate,
Fantastic.
I hate Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. Hate it.
I like Tobey Maguire a lot less than I like his Peter Parker. And I don't like his Peter Parker.
I don't like his Peter Parker. His Spider-Man's not my favorite, but he's the original to me. So it's
He's
like,
the OG.
yeah, it's hard for me to not.
Would you
be
prefer
attached to it.
original or extra crispy?
Extra crispy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Andrew
spicy.
Garfield.
You better.
Andrew Garfield.
Is the best Peter Parker, hands down.
No.
Yes.
He's the best
Yes.
Spider-Man.
No, he's best.
You're
Spider-Man.
right. I got my shit
Yeah,
mixed up.
He's too cool to be Peter Parker.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Yeah.
He is the. I mixed my
Holland is
thought
the
train
best
up.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yes.
By far.
He gets that awkward, nervous.
Yes.
nervousness.
He's also a, like, I would say, in my opinion, he is equally good at playing Spider-Man. It's just that
It's different.
it's different.
It's a different kind of Spider-Man.
He feels like the Spider-Man that you see in like the video games. He feels like the Spider-Man you see in the TV show,
Yeah.
like the animated series. He feels like the Spider-Man that you see in the comic books.
Yeah.
Where Andrew Garfield is good, but he does not
No.
feel like those others at all. It's unique.
All right. Thor: Love and Thunder is also coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it because it's Thor. Love him.
The
I hope
trailer
there's
just,
more cat.
the trailer just came out yesterday, so it's amazing.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is coming out this year.
Shit that comes out this year.
Yeah, it's 2022.
Are they done filming that yet?
I couldn't tell you.
Which one?
Black Panther 2. I didn't think they were done filming.
It says 2022. Now, granted, it may get pushed back. I don't
Okay.
even know. This is on the
What do you
Marvel
want to see out of
Cinematic.
Black Panther 2?
Well, they got to address the issue of who's Black Panther now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Rest in peace, King.
this is going to be one of those things that can be very touchy. I want it to be Bucky.
You want Bucky to be?
my
I do,
goodness.
because Bucky,
Or do you want him to be White Wolf?
I want him to be White Wolf, and I
That's
want
fine.
there to just not be a Black Panther.
I want them both. Then I want Bucky to be White Wolf with
A new Black
Yeah.
Panther.
Yeah.
yeah.
Whether that's M'Baku, Multiverse,
Yes.
Killmonger, Shuri, whoever.
Yeah. And,
Okoye.
Yeah.
and then looks like there is 4 others that are going to be coming out. Wait, 5 others. There's the Marvels,
Yep.
which is expected to come out in 2023. Don't know anything about it.
It's Captain Marvel too.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 2023. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, 2023. Fantastic Four to be announced, and Blade to be announced. So now let's talk about the television series, which I believe have just been fucking phenomenal.
It's gone.
Like-
They've gotten better and better and better.
Yeah. So WandaVision,
Oh,
it was a trip
It was a trip.
to see how all that happened, and then it makes you realize how powerful Wanda is.
Yeah.
and also it has like one of the best casting choices made throughout
Yes.
the MCU, and that to me is Harkness.
Yes.
Agatha. Oh,
Catherine
she's
Hahn.
So
Isn't that her
good.
name?
Yeah. I think
Oh man, she's
Yeah.
crazy.
She does a
good.
great job at that.
so good.
I had no idea that was coming.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, very good.
I loved it. I also just love Bucky and Sam together.
Yeah, they're
so
usually
good.
very good.
Oh yeah,
Their relationship is so good to me.
And I like the
I liked
character development we get from.
not Kurt Russell, his son Wyatt Russell.
Yeah.
As U.S. agent John
Oh, yeah.
Walker. He's so good.
yeah.
So I just want to punch him in his stupid face.
So I watched Goon, Last of the Enforcers
Oh,
on
yeah, he did
Netflix. He is in that, and he makes you want to punch him in the face in that. He plays a very good bad guy. So next we got Loki, which is supposed to have a season 2.
I mean,
Kind of got to.
Yeah.
Whoever thought we'd
I mean,
get Owen,
wow.
Yeah, who thought we would get Owen Wilson in the fucking
Wow.
MCU?
Wow.
yeah, that's how I was through the whole thing. I'm just wow. Yeah.
But Tom Hiddleston, great.
Just-
the fact that we had other Lokis that we got to see.
Only Loki would fall in love with himself.
Who's your favorite Loki?
Alligator.
Mine's Alligator.
It's definitely Alligator Loki.
And then What If, which
What
I actually
If was really interesting.
it was interesting to see
you
all
seen
of
it?
that.
I have not seen all of it. I've seen like 3 episodes of it.
It's so good.
That last
And
episode
especially
is
because it
bonkers.
like
Apparently, it's supposed to be. That was supposed to be like optional, but now they've like
now because of Multiverse of Madness, they're like
it's-
adding it.
you kind of gotta watch.
I mean, that's where I'm hoping. Like,
And I would say that
Without-
it is optional, but if you watch it, you're going to
it's-
understand
you-
more.
I mean,
of-
it is so new. Let's try not to do like spoilers.
Oh,
or anything.
absolutely.
But
Yes.
that's where I really am hoping to see. Ultron coming back.
well, I think we already talked about that in
Yeah, I
another
know.
episode.
But
but-
yeah, that's true. But I mean, I really want to see Ultron coming back because
it, no
in Ultron,
spoilers.
oh my goodness.
So What If? I like that it started out as it seemed like it was just different episodes of what was going on, and then it almost tied into a like linear story.
Yeah.
And I like that, which nobody can see the hand movements I just made, but
Wait.
I tied my hands together
It was
essentially.
doing the shark fin forward thing.
Yeah.
Shark nose.
And then we also there's supposed to be a season 2 of What If
I'm
apparently
sure. You know.
in 2022. It has parentheses 2022 on it.
We'll see.
Hawkeye.
In my opinion, the best of the TV shows. You didn't really expect it being Hawkeye.
I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
I didn't expect it to be as good as it is. I still like Loki better.
Guys, I love Jeremy Renner. He's so fucking
He is very good.
so good.
I agree with
He's
that.
really grown on me.
He's really, oh my god, it's just so good. And then also, you got Yelena coming in and being like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that she just steals the show. Her and Kate are just amazing.
Yep. I would agree with that. And then now being released weekly is Moon Knight. I think we're on episode 3. This week will be episode 4.
I haven't watched
I
any
haven't
of
watched
it.
any of it.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna binge
I'm
it.
waiting. I'm
Yeah.
going to watch it this week. I wanted a lot to watch.
It's understandable. It goes by fast.
I mean,
I watched most of the Marvel movies.
I believe there's going to be 6 episodes.
yeah, so that will.
It's I love Moon Knight as a character.
He's an interesting character.
It's the dissociative identity disorder that most people wrongfully claim as schizophrenia. So for those of you that don't know, dissociative identity disorder is where you have multiple people living inside yourself and they will take control at different times. Meaning if I was essentially here by myself talking and I thought, hey, I'm Tyler, I'm from such and such. And then all of a sudden I was like, hey, I'm Jeremy. I live in Ireland. And I started speaking with an Irish accent and had no idea what I was talking about or anything like that because I didn't know where I was. That's essentially what dissociative identity disorder is. And it's very interesting to see Oscar Isaac do that. And he does such a good job. And they do it interestingly enough. I'm trying not to get into spoilers with it, but he does a very, very good job. Miss Marvel should be coming out soon,
In the summer.
I think.
It's
Is
in
it summer?
It's June.
Okay. I haven't seen anything on it, so I
Me neither.
can't talk about it.
The only thing I know is she doesn't have her powers from the comics. She has Captain Marvel powers instead of her stretchy, giganto hand powers.
That is the only thing I knew about it
Yeah.
because people are pissed about it.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about it.
She-Hulk, also supposed to be 2022.
Yeah.
Could be good, could be bad. Hopefully it's good.
Heard anything on it? I haven't heard
I
that much
have-
on it
which-
at all.
I haven't seen a trailer yet. I haven't seen anything.
Maybe Daredevil shows up in it.
I would love that.
Be interesting.
We didn't even mention that Daredevil
Yeah.
was in No Way Home, but
Oh, well,
it's very important. Or that Kingpin's in Hawkeye, which makes
Oh,
the Netflix shows canon.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say loved, but I liked most of the.
Look, Iron Fist grows on you by the end of the second season.
He does. Also, I am
Like
Groot.
a mold.
I am Groot is apparently coming out this year.
I forgot. Is that supposed to be like a
It
Groot
says
show?
series of shorts following Baby Groot's glory days, growing up, and getting into trouble among the stars.
Yeah,
That's the
that just
definition
sounds like
of it.
some marketing bullshit.
Yeah,
That's
gimmick.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love
really,
Baby
how are
Groot,
you
but,
gonna?
like-
I do too, but how are you gonna play that whenever the only thing he says is "I am Groot"?
I
Maybe have Rocket with him.
I mean, Vin Diesel got paid a lot of money for saying one phrase.
He did. Secret Invasion.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
2 phrases, I forgot. Doesn't he say like we are Groot?
He says we are Groot.
Yeah. Ironheart.
That'll be interesting. I'm prepared for people to lose their shit when Iron Man gets replaced. It will not go well.
Armor Wars,
Yes.
starring Don Cheadle as War Machine. So that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those last 3 are to be announced.
Secret Invasion is gonna be fucking nuts.
Echo is going to come out in 2023.
That's cool. I like Echo.
Agatha House of Harkness to be announced. That'll be very interesting
I'm
to
really
see.
excited for that one. Yeah.
I'm curious to note if they're going to go back in time
It'll probably
and like follow her in the olden days,
I was
or
thinking more
where
like
we're
a
going to be.
time jumpy movie where like one episode we're like 500 years back and then we're like jumping back and forth.
That is probably more so what it'll be. Spider-Man Freshman Year. That is an animated series that is
that's
coming out.
supposed to be
To be announced.
before he gets discovered by Tony. I think
Zombies.
it's Marvel Zombies. Who gives? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
really care.
And apparently there's supposed to be a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yeah,
Oh,
Didn't
yeah,
know,
I heard about that.
Didn't know that.
because James Gunn said, "Fuck you, Star Wars." He said it's supposed to be really good.
No. James Gunn likes the Star Wars holiday special.
And he just wants to outshine it.
I know. I said,
Yeah.
"Fuck you!" Like in a way, he's gonna one up the holiday
Yeah.
special.
You
Probably.
better get Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Good. Well, the whole family, really. 'Cause have you seen the holiday special for Star Wars? God awful.
It's terrible.
That's what I've
It's
heard.
really bad.
Now, closing notes. Deadpool 1 and 2. It doesn't. Let's talk about. This is going to have to be very short, but movies that are Marvel movies that aren't in the universe. So all the X-Men movies are good in their own right. I wouldn't say any of them are.
That's a hard pass for me. But
Wolverine is pretty rough.
yeah, Origins is fucking awful.
Well, okay, Origins is the exception to the
Last
rule.
Stand is awful.
I don't
I liked Apocalypse.
That's the third X-Men movie.
I enjoyed
like that.
Apocalypse.
Okay, yeah. Those two questionable. I don't even count them because I can't even remember what they're about.
Yeah,
But
don't. There ain't very many good X-Men movies. There's like 2,
but we will say that
3.
Deadpool 1 and 2, I fucking love
Oh,
both,
yeah.
both of them.
Look, it's a hard carry by Ryan Reynolds most of the time.
It's Deadpool. It's
It's-
going to be
it's
the hard
supposed to be,
carry by
though.
the person playing Deadpool.
Yeah. The only thing that I wish we would see more is his schizophrenia.
I mean, he does a bunch of external monologue that should have been internal.
But what I want to see is the different voices that he hears.
Oh, yeah.
Because we hear the external, internal monologue. But I want to hear fucking who's the guy that plays him in the video game.
In the video game, I think is it Nolan North?
I think it is Nolan
It's
North.
Nolan
I
North,
want them
yeah.
to do a voice. I want Nolan North to do some voice acting for it, and him just to hear that voice. But I guess that's because my first infatuation with Deadpool was the video game.
It was
It's a good video game. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very good video game. But I think we're going to wrap it up. We got through phase 3, and we also got to talk about phase 4. The last thing we have to talk about, which is going to be very, very controversial. The reason I wanted to talk about phase 4, the movies that had come out so far, was to mention our top 5 favorite Marvel movies that are out so far.
Oh. Still Endgame. Endgame's still number 1. Infinity War, No Way Home, Winter Soldier, Civil War.
Okay.
This is why phase 3 can't be beat. It's got 3 of my top 5.
Exactly.
But No Way Home is fucking amazing.
It's Ragnarok,
Yeah.
and then it's Endgame, Infinity War, and then I'm gonna have to go away from this because I was rating them as for best movie, but for our rankings previously, right?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say Iron Man and then Guardians 1 because I was rating for best movie, but those are my favorite
Yeah.
movies.
It's overall movie versus the ones that you like the most.
Yeah.
So, No Way Home.
You love No Way Home?
That's my first one. That's
really
my
good.
top.
It hits hard.
It's really good.
Endgame, Ragnarok, Infinity War, and God dang, I'd say Civil War. It has to be Civil War. It brings such a good question to it. It's just overall good. All right. So that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. And we thank you for joining us if you're still here. And we'll see you on the next one.
We love you
We do love you. It's very appropriate.
a lot. Yeah. I'm
Well, okay,
I'm standing outside your window right now.
Yep, see, it's appropriate.
I didn't even hear what you said. I honestly didn't. I heard we love you, and that was all. Appreciate you.